regression. Actually you are running regression. So I'll tell you how is the idea of PLS SEM. So first, PLS SEM uses that algorithm called PLS and estimates the relationship between the construct and the indicators, which we call as theory testing or measurement model testing. Yes? And later on, what it does, it extracts the construct scores and runs a regression. Getting? So if you talk about PLS SEM, the path relationship that you test, it is nothing but regression. Now when I say regression, please understand this. Regression is used to understand the influence of one variable on the other. Regression is used to understand the influence of one variable on the other. And the variable that influences the other is known as predictor or independent variable or exogenous construct. And the variable that gets influenced, it is known as dependent variable or endogenous construct or outcome construct or outcome variable. So regression is only used to understand the influence of one variable on the other. Regression is also used for model building. If you are building a model, you run a regression. Regression is also used for prediction and forecasting. Yes? So across the globe, on this planet, wherever people are making forecasting, they are using some or the other form of regression. And in SEM, basically you are running a regression. Please understand this. It's very simple. There is no rocket science involved in it. So now what I'll do is that, so today I will give you a hands-on on regression. Yes, so I'm using this board today so that I can write something. So we'll be understanding regression. Now whenever I say regression, you are finding the relationship between, let's say, x and y. So what is the idea? That x has an impact on y, or x has an effect on y, or x is related to y. Yes? But whenever you are doing a cross-sectional research, never ever mention that x impacts y. It's a very tall claim. You can say that x impacts y if it is an experimental study, or for that matter it's a longitudinal study. In a cross-sectional study, you can simply say that x has significant and positive relationship with y. You can't use the term impact. It's a very tall statement. Many people loosely write x impacts y. Wrong, it's wrong. Okay? So now let's understand the idea of regression. So now this is our first window, script window. You can write your script and save it for future. Second, this is console. And this is your environment window. Here you import data and create variables. Whatever variables or vectors you create, it's stored here. This is the plot window. You can get your diagram and all. And you can interchange the pane as per your convenience. Yes? Okay? Now whenever you want to see, now when you open first time your R, you'll get some write up here about R. So you have to press Ctrl L to clean the screen. Ctrl L. Okay? Now friends, what I'm doing, see, now whenever we work with R, what is the first step that we do? We change the working directory so that we save all our work on a folder that is there at a convenient place. Yes? So now, if you remember, if I simply type in the console section get with and press enter, you see, it is telling Mr. Arun, all your work is saved in documents. So by default, R takes its own directory. Now whenever you open R, please change the directory. That's the first step we did day before yesterday. Whenever you open R, you can change the directory. You can choose a directory where you can save all your work. So if you remember, I have a folder called BHU on the desktop. Yes, so what I will do, I will change the working directory of R. So I will simply go to sessions, and this is set working directory. It's simply click of button. Session, set working directory, choose directory, and here I will go to my desktop. See, this is my desktop, and on the desktop I have a folder called BHU. So I'll simply do this and open. So automatically my directory is changed now. Earlier, by default, my work was being saved in OneDrive documents, but now my work will be saved on desktop and the BHU folder. And after changing the directory, you see what change you see. If you go to files, this BHU file is now on my R. All data set can be brought in here, can be brought in the R. So if we change the working directory now, whatever files, data, whatever R syntax that is there, it will be available to the R. And now let's say if I want to import the data and external data, so what I will do, you see, in BHU there is a folder called data. Within my BHU folder there is a folder called data. So if I simply click on data, here you see, corporate reputation data, and simply if I click, let's say, corporate reputation data, so here it will ask me import. Getting? See, again I'm going back, let me not be fast. Yes, okay, so files, just a second, can I go this is not clicking, yeah, okay, yeah, okay. So the moment I change the directory, BHU folder is available to me. In BHU folder there is data, so let me click on data, and in data, let's say these are the datas, and this is the R history, what you did yesterday you can click and you can get here. And this is corporate reputation data. If I simply click here, simple click, it is telling me to import the data set. But I am not importing the data set as of now. From here also you can import. So that's the beauty of changing the working directory. Whatever your file folders are there, it will be available to the R. That's the first step you need to do whenever you open your R. Okay. Now what I'll do is that, again I'll come to my console section and Control L, clean the screen. Okay. Now what I am doing, I am slightly zooming this console section because I am not using script section. I am not taking it to the right hand side, but that also I can do. Yes. Okay. Now what I am doing, all of you friends, just pay attention. Control plus, if I press Control plus, so my screen size will increase. Control plus. If you press Control plus, your screen size would increase. But you don't do this. I am doing this so that it's visible on the back side. Now all of you just pay attention, friends. If you remember, the other day I said if you type data and close the bracket, there are so many inbuilt data sets in R. Apart from this, the person who develops a package will always share data. Corporate reputation data was given by the person who develops seminar package. Yes? Seminar package. Okay. I'll come to this later on. But please understand, see, if you remember, we typed a term called reverse. Now reverse is an inbuilt data set. The moment I say reverse, automatically the data is loaded. Now let's say, do you think I have so much of time to type min, max, mean, standard deviation? It's so time consuming if I start typing and getting all the values, all the descriptive statistics values. So what I do, now there is a package called describe. There is a package called psych. PSYCH, psych package. Now psych package is also used to run exploratory factor analysis. Yesterday what we did in SPSS, that factor analysis. But if you want to run factor analysis in R, you require psych package, PSYCH. Now whenever you want to invoke a package, you require internet connection. Without internet connection, you can't bring the package. Is that clear? Now, and once you installed a package, then you don't require an internet connection. Then you have to invoke only that library. See, whenever you are working with R, there are two commands to install a package. I'll write this command for you on the word. See, what are those commands? First we type install dot packages. This is the command. Install dot packages, and let's say I want to work with psych package. So what I do? Double inverted comma PSYCH psych. So this is the first command that we type in the. This is the command, and this I should be small. This I should. Now I'm using a Word file. That's why it's by default it is taking capital. Then after this, what I need to do? After this, I need to have library. See, whenever we are working with R, please remember these are the two commands. Any package that we are. So these are the two commands. Install a package and library. See, what is the beauty of package? Package has lot of functions in it which will make your life easy. Getting? Okay, so now, these are the two commands that you should always remember. Now if you want to install a seminar package, the first command would be install dot packages, in bracket you write seminar, and then you write library seminar. So if you don't invoke this command, the function will not be unlocked. And for this step you require internet connection. So normally whenever I go to other places, what I do, I just download all the packages on my machine, and later I simply invoke library. Because there are places there won't be internet. Is that clear? So just install all the packages that is there in your R, and then you can use it. And by the way, if you visit CRAN, the website where we downloaded R, there are over 23,000 packages. Somebody was asking what is R? What is the capability of R? Now let me tell you the capability of R. R can perform CP7, R can perform PLS-SEM, R can perform mediation, moderation, condition process analysis, R can perform multi-level modeling, R can do experimental data research, R can do qualitative data research, R can do time series data, R can do panel data. Yes? Any statistics that you think of, any statistics under the sky, everything can be done in R. Yes? Everything. There is no statistics. Yes, ma'am.
So when I ran this install packages, it told me warning, R tools is required to build.
R
R
tools.
tools.
Okay, let me just check. Okay. You have internet connection?
Yes.
Okay. Just a second, if I just invoke the library. Let me see what you want to say. The command is functioning. Don't you
So this is
not
doesn't
required.
matter?
That doesn't matter, yeah.
Thank you.
See, sometimes you get warning message, you should ignore all those things. Yes, it's functioning. The moment you say library site, and if you get greater than symbol, it means everything is clear. The moment you get greater than symbol in R, it means everything is hunky-dory. Everything is fine. Yes? Okay? So now what I'll do is that, now here I don't have an interconnection, but let me check. Can I invoke the library straight away, because PSYCS site, yeah. See, the moment I say site, it is giving me hint. See, it means already it is installed. Get it? So I need not require internet connection now. And site, and let's say enter. The moment you get greater than symbol, it means everything is fine. Now friends, all of you just pay attention. Now if I simply type PSYCS site and put 2 colons, it will give me all that functions which are there in site package. If you don't install, these functions will not be available to you. You remember in Mahabharata, there was a character called Karna, and he could not be defeated with ordinary weapon. This is what it was told. So Arjuna, when he was fighting, he said, Krishna said, no, use special power, special weapons for him. So he takes an arrow and chants a mantra. So taking an arrow and chanting in mantra, in those times, the arrow used to become Divyastra. So your package is Divyastra. So if you install, then only those functions will be available. So if you chant the mantra, then only those powers will come. So package have special functions embedded into them. If you install the package, then the functions will be unlocked. Let's say if somebody wants to perform cronback alpha, reliability. You can't run reliability without site package. Because you see, can you see this alpha? This alpha command is to find cronback alpha. Yesterday what we did in SPSS. Now this alpha will be unlocked only when site package is there. No site package, you can't run alpha. Yes? Now I'll show you magic. Now if you remember friends, yesterday we were typing all manually, minimum, maximum, standard deviation, mean, max, all those stuff. Now what I'll do, I'll simply say describe. I'll simply say describe, and in bracket I will write reverse, and if I press enter, you see it gave me all statistics, which I was doing one by one. Again, let me clean the screen. Upper arrow key, reverse, upper arrow key, describe, reverse. Do this with me, come on. Now see, describe is a function which got unlocked when library site was invoked. So describe, if I don't install site package and if I write describe reverse, it will throw me error. Yes. Say library site. Acha, you require internet connection. I said no. To install a package, you require internet connection. But once you install, you need not require internet connection. And now what you can do, friends, these are the 2 commands, you should always bear this in mind. Install.packages and second is library site. Now normally of late I don't tell people to do this install.packages. Simply go to tools, and in tools also there is install package. See, here you write, simply say site PSYC, but again it requires, see this requires internet connection. My Wi-Fi is not functioning, otherwise I have to show you. Later on we'll connect, as of now I don't require. So here also you do. Here if you write that command, automatically that comes install.packages. See, R is so user friendly. It doesn't encourages you to buy so many things. Hope I am clear with this. Yes. Now friends, all of you just wait. See? Yes.
Give us 5 minutes.
Acha, acha, acha. Shabana ma'am, you just stop me whenever I go fast.
No, because that's everyone is
इंटरनेट का प्रॉब्लम
Please
का
करो.
प्रॉब्लम है तो सब
सर प्लीज इंटरनेट कनेक्ट कर दीजिए. मेरे में भी कनेक्ट कर दीजिए ताकि मैं पहुंच सकूं.
हाँ हम लोग भी कर लेते हैं
आराम से प्लीज. फर्स्ट स्टेप इंस्टॉल डॉट पैकेजेस ब्रैकेट डबल इन्वर्टेड कॉमा साइक. थोड़ा टाइम लेगा वो. जस्ट वेट. आफ्टर दैट व्हेन यू गेट दैट ग्रेटर देन सिंबल टाइप लाइब्रेरी साइक. Getting? There are many students. So you are not able to install. Internet is there? Yes. Come, show me. I'll do it for you. Are you using MacBook? Okay. So yeah, sir. Now what? Let me invoke library. Library PSY. See library psych. You can. Yes, and now press up for arrow key. Yes, ma'am. It is showing that already it is installed. We want to restart. So, ma'am, what you should do? Simply say library. Library and PSYCH. Okay, and then say describe. Describe is unlocked when site name. Describe. Reverse. Reverse is your data. Very much so easy. नहीं वेट नहीं करना है. अभी आप लिखा है वो छोड़ दो जो लिखा है. एंटर एंटर डालो. लेट्स से डिस्क्राइब. तो डिस्क्राइब आ गया ना ऊपर. प्रिंट आ गया. Describe. All values at one go. Now invoke library. Invoke library. Library site. And then describe will unlock. Yes, it's done. You see, you're getting the answer. Very good. See, don't shy away. The moment you type library, you get blue color psych. Yes, sir. I'll come to you. Yes. कोई बात नहीं. First, I'll show you. अब देखो आपको क्या करना है. I'll show you, sir. See, some people are late. I'll use. See what you have to do. एक सेकंड ना. मैं कुछ स्टेप बताता हूँ. टाइप करो. 2 मिनट में आ जाएगा आपका आंसर. By the way, in R also you can run Python. R has become so fast. This R Studio can be converted into a Python interface. But I'll not explain you that right now. Okay. Now, sir, please pay attention, sir. Just you have to type this command: install.packages, _psych, and then you have to invoke library psych. So these two commands are required for describe function to be unlocked. And after this, what you will type? You will type describe. See, it's so simple, friends. Describe, simply write the name of the data and enter. These 3 commands. So, but this require internet connection. Yes, these 2 doesn't require internet connection. So once this is there, you should start with this. Hope everybody is able to do this. Okay. By the way, don't worry. Whatever I am teaching here, no, I have 20 plus hours recorded sessions. I will share it with you. Yes. Okay. And I will share 3 more videos on R which I have conducted. It's around 10 hour sessions. So if you listen to that, you will master R. Somebody is asking how much time I require to learn R. I said half an hour. I said half an hour to learn R. And within half an hour, you can do all analysis that you think under the sky. Yes? Okay. Sir, please do this. Please do this. Now let's interpret the output, friends. Yeah, okay. I'm just say Control L, upper arrow key to get the history. Yes. Now see, if you can interpret this answer. So it is telling that reverse variable has, it's a univariate data, variable is 1. Then n is sample, n always stands for sample size. N is 141, mean is 591, standard deviation is 493. See, mean and standard deviation gap is very huge. Yes, okay. So it means data is not normally distributed. And see, median is 425. Trimmed mean means if you remove outliers from the data set. So mean becomes more organized. Then mean absolute deviation, minimum, maximum, range is mean absolute deviation, again a technique of finding a mean, removing the deviations in the data set. Minimum value in the data set is 135, maximum value is 3710, range is difference between maximum and minimum, and skewness is 3. Technically skewness should be 0 for data to be normally distributed. For data to be normally distributed, the threshold for skewness is 0. Then kurtosis should be around 3-4. And standard error is 41.59. Looking at this matrix only, I will say data is not normally distributed. But still, if you want to know whether data is not normally distributed or not, simply type hist and in bracket type reverse. You will get a histogram. See, histogram in the plot section. And if I zoom this, see, this diagram itself is telling that data is not normally distributed, because normal distribution data is like a bell curve. Yes? If you simply type hist, so these are diagrammatically, see, by looking at the numbers, if you have sense over numbers, by looking at the numbers you will say data is not normally distributed. But still, if you want visual representation, hist reverse. Now let me change the color of hist reverse. Let's say call color equal to, let's say 2. Press enter, see color is changing. See, by the way, the moment you see question mark hist, so whenever you are in doubt about command, see, all of you just see. See, hist has so many functions into it. See, so if you type question mark hist, so it will give you the correct syntax, and you should copy. And color, see, it is saying color. So COL equal to 2, 1, 2, 3. You type, color will change. By the way, I am not doing anything. I have to, see, R is a programming language. I have to speak to R in its own language. And the language is syntax. Syntax is fixed. Please understand, friends. It is not you and me who write syntax for R. The syntax is fixed. We are following that. There is no innovation in me when I am writing syntax in R. It has given syntax. Write this, I will give you what you want. Okay? Now what I would suggest, please all of you type, create this histogram, come on. Upper arrow key, reverse, comma, call equal to 2. If you don't like the 2 color, make it 3 and see what the color. 3 is green. Check. Everybody is able to do? Everybody is able to do? Yes? Okay? Good. Yes. Okay, friends. Now what I'll do, I'll just use this brush and just remove this diagram. I'm not interested in this diagram. And I will keep my R tools on. Yes? Okay. Now friends, all of you pay attention. We will learn regression now. If you understand regression, you have understood SEM now. Please understand regression. So what I am doing, I am using a data called empty cars. Simply type empty cars. Now empty cars is an inbuilt data set in R. Getting? Empty car is an inbuilt data set in R. Empty cars. Please type empty cars. You got the data? Okay. Now friends, please understand. Now see what I am doing. All of you, please look at the screen. Now I am typing MPG. I want this column MPG, and if I hit enter, it is showing object MPG not found. Why? Because I have not attached this empty cars data. That's why you see whenever we import a file, the next step is attach. Yes? Getting? See, whenever we import a file, our file, Excel file into R, the moment you import, the next thing you used to do, attach the file. If you don't attach and if you want to extract one variable, let's say MPG, it will throw error. It will say object MPG not found. Object means vector. ऐसे नाम को कोई vector है ही नहीं, object है ही नहीं. आप क्या मांग रहे हो मुझसे? So now what I'll do, all of you just pay attention. See, what I'll do is that I'll simply say attach empty cars, the name of the file, and then if I type MPG, see it is giving me the value. Simple, please do this. Whenever you work with a file, attach command has to be used. If you don't use attach, everywhere it will throw error and your life will become messy. I did entire my PhD on R. Yes, and at that time there was no ChatGPT. So even if there was comma, full stop mistake, it used to take days to find out what's the mistake.
सर MPG क्या डिनोट करता है?
MPG mileage per gallon. Okay, very good question. Okay, friends, all of you just pay attention. Huh? Let's say if I simply type ls empty cars, ls empty cars, it will give me the name of all the variables that are there in that file. AM, car, cyclic, cylinder, displacement, track, gear. Now sir asked me what is MPG, no? So what I will do, I will simply give question mark and say empty cars and hit enter. So here it will tell me, here it is telling me, see, if I give question mark empty cars, whenever you add question mark before any data set or any function, it will give you in detail as to what it is. So here if you see, friends, so this empty cars, it is an empty cars data set and it is there in our documentation. It is motor trend car road test, and the data set was extracted from 1974 Motor Trend US magazine and comprises fuel consumption and 10 aspects of automobile design and performance for 32 automobiles. So this is the data which was given by some US firm, and it records, if I simply say again, see, if I simply say head, HEAD, head empty cars, it will give me first 5 observations. If I say head empty cars, this data set has 32 values. The moment I type head, it will give me first 5 values. Now, this data set is giving information about MPG. MPG stands for mileage per gallon. It stands for mileage per gallon, and mileage depends upon so many factors now. You see truck, they have very low mileage. Bike has very high mileage. So let's say if you are a car manufacturer, yes, then what variable you should regulate so that your mileage per gallon improves or decreases. See, in statistics, or for that matter in research, we are interested in the outcome variable. That's why we do the literature review and try to find out which are the x1, x2, x3 which influences my dependent variable. Getting? So now when I am running a regression, I will consider MPG as my dependent variable and all other variables, cylinder, displacement, horsepower, see, all names are given here by the way. So MPG miles per US gallon, number of cylinders, displacement, gross horsepower, track stands for air axle, weight stands for weight of the car, QSEC, all those stuff. Okay? Now friends, all of you just pay attention. Now again, if I type tail and empty cars, it will give me bottom 6 observation. Head, first 5 observation, tail, first 6 observation. LS empty cars will give me the name of the variables. Getting? Okay. Now friends, what I am doing, please understand, huh? Please understand. Actually I should have carried my marker with me so that I could draw diagrams here. Okay, friends, see what I am seeing. Now friends, what I am doing, see, now I am running a model. Running a model means, see, when I say typical regression has only one DV, you can't have 2 DVs. SEM can take as many DV as you want, but a simple regression will have only one DV. That's the limitation of regression. And to overcome the limitation of regression, people have devised SEM. Because in SEM you can have multiple DVs, multiple IVs, multiple mediators, multiple moderators. That's why regression is first generation statistics and SEM is second generation statistics. So when you are doing a research, if you report second generation statistics, your work will not be rejected, provided you have added rigor in other part of the research paper. Getting? Now see, I'm using this word. I am drawing a model. Please pay attention. I'm drawing a model. So let's say drawing a model, and I'm using this ink to shape. Let's say this is my DV, and let's say this is my IV. Or let me do one thing simply. I'm drawing a model. Please pay attention. Okay, let me do one thing. Can I erase this one at least? Okay. Just a second. Can I erase this? Okay, Control Z. Control Z. Yeah, okay. Now please bear with me. Yeah, okay. Just a second. I want to move this. Let it be. Okay. So what I do, I am just drawing an arrow. So I am running a model. Please pay attention. This is how model is run. Yes, okay. And let's say MPG is my dependent variable. And this MPG is my dependent variable. Okay. And let's say I am regressing horsepower and weight on MPG. Horsepower and weight on MPG. This is horsepower and this is weight. Sorry, I am not able to draw properly. Please bear with me. So let me try it nicely. Let's say I want to understand the effect of horsepower and weight on MPG. So what will be my regression equation? Come on, what will be my regression equation? Y is equal to, Y is my MPG. So MPG, yes, MPG equal to regression equation. Come on, this will be beta naught. Beta naught means some constant. When I say beta naught, okay, this is creating trouble. It seems. I'll unlock this. Just remember this equation. Control Z. Okay. So when you try the regression equation, there is something called as beta naught. Some people write a plus bx. So beta naught. Then there is plus beta 1 times mean dot beta 1's time horsepower. Yes. Plus beta 2 times weight. This is beta 2 times weight, and plus the error of regression. That is error of regression. Something in MPG not explained by the two IVs together. Okay. Now let's interpret this regression equation. So this is for this model. This is the regression equation. Regression equation. Please bear this in mind. Y will be your dependent variable. Y is equal to beta naught plus beta 1 times x1 plus beta times 2 x2 plus dot error term. If beta n xn plus error term. Okay. Now I am testing this model. This is a linear model. This is a linear model. Now how do you interpret these coefficients? When I say beta naught, what is beta naught? How do you interpret beta naught? This is known as constant or intercept. This is known as constant or intercept. It means when there is no x, there will still be some y. What is the interpretation of beta naught? It means when there will be no x, there would be still some mileage. Without horsepower, without weight, still there would be a mileage. Okay? And what is the interpretation of beta 1? It means with every 1 unit increase in horsepower, on an average, the mileage will increase by beta 1 times. Please understand the interpretation, regression. What is beta 1 times horsepower? It means with every 1 unit increase in mileage, on an average, mileage will increase by beta 1 times. And what is the interpretation of B2 weight? It means with every 1 unit increase in weight, on an average, MPG will increase or decrease, whatever the sign might be. Will increase or decrease by beta 2 times. Getting or bouncer? I think, see, this is not stats. You should always please go ahead and see what's the linear regression equation. Y is equal to beta naught plus beta 1 times x plus beta 2 times x plus the error term. So that's the interpretation. Now I will run this model. I will test this model in R. I will test a simple model, a model with 1 dV and 2 IV. This is my x1 and this is my x2. And I will run this model and see whether it makes sense or not. Now all of you just come to your R. Now see, Now if you want to run a regression, the command is LM. LM stands for linear model. I'll simply say LM. 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 Always starts with DV first. Always start with DV. My DV is MPG. I can use MPG because I've attached the file. So I'll use MPG depends upon tilde symbol, tilde. Now tilde symbol is below escape or above tab. I'll zoom this. Okay. I'll zoom in. All of you just pay attention. Zoom in. Yes. So whenever you want to run a regression, the command is LM bracket. Start with DV first, dependent variable. Tilde. Then write your first independent variable. My first independent variable is HP. So I will write HP. See, R is case sensitive. If in the file it is telling capital HP and if you write small HP, it will throw error. R is case sensitive. Please remember this. Yesterday, remember we were running SEM model and I had created so many vectors and it was adding confusion. Kya hai ye sab? So I said, let me start from scratch, then we will run a model now. Okay? So now, if you want to run a simple linear regression with one IV, one DV, you can just hit enter, you will get the output. But since it is a multiple regression, I will add plus for adding extra independent variable. So horsepower plus weight. So this is the command. And now what I will do, I will just save this in vector called x equal to enter. I am saving this in vector. Why vector? I will tell you right now. Please understand. And now if I type summary x, it will give me the output. See. So fast, within a fraction of seconds. Again. Just see. Please copy as it is. X equal to LM. X is a vector. What is vector? Vector is used to store a value. So I am storing the regression output in a value called X. Now when we are running SEM, we create so many vectors. Vectors for measurement model, vectors for structural model, vectors for estimating the model. We will use summary very heavily in R. No matter whether you do time series, panel data, whatever you think. Every time you will use summary. Summary. The moment you type summary, you will get output. Yes? The moment you type summary, it will give you output. Now let's interpret this model, whether this model is good or bad. Now if I am an automobile manufacturer, will my IVs affect my DV? Yes, see, if you want to influence a DV, you should manipulate IV. If you want to influence a DV, you should manipulate a IV. Is that clear? Now all of you just pay attention. So this is the formula called formula MPG, depends upon horsepower plus weight. This is residuals. So this is the, if you see this is the quartile for residuals. See, there is one assumption in regression and people ask you this in interview and test and all. Give us the assumptions of regression. So there is one assumption of regression that the error term, residual should be normally distributed. Residual should be, see, regression has 5 to 6 assumptions. First assumption is linearity, linear relationship between x and y. Second relation, homoscedasticity. It means the residuals variance should be constant across. The third is your, let's say, normality of residuals. Residuals should be normally distributed. Okay? And then there is something called as no multicollinearity. There should not be high R between x1 and x2. There should not be high R between x1 and x2. By the way, these are, if you type in ChatGPT, assumption of regression, you will get it. My focus is not to teach you all these things. My focus is to teach interpretation. Now, if you take any standard textbook, they will give the all 5-6 assumptions. And now see, I was talking to one economics professor in other department. He yesterday said, sir, when we run the analysis, we have to report all the assumptions, whether all the assumptions are fulfilled or not. Because if assumptions are violated, your beta naught and beta 1 would be corrupted. Getting? Okay, I am not going into all those things. So this is the, they are giving you the residuals summary. Now focus on coefficients. Okay, I take some. Now all of you just pay attention. All of you just pay attention. Now this is intercept. This is your beta naught. 37.22 something. What is the interpretation of beta naught? It means when there is no HP, there is no weight, there would be still some mileage. And is this significant? Yes, it is significant. By the way, intercept significance doesn't matter. Nobody sees the significance of intercept. It is the significance of predictor that should be important to you. The significance of x1, x2. HP was my x1. See the negative coefficients, minus 0.0317. Yes? And this is statistically significant. P is less than 0.05. And even if you are not getting here, see this. T is greater than 1.96. 1.96. Is that clear? 1.6. At 95% is how much? I think at 95% confidence level, the T value should be 1.96. 1.96. I think at 10% is not recommended in social science. At least 5% should be there. So this should be greater than 1.96. Okay? And HP is significantly affecting my mileage. But if you see the sign negative, it means with every 1 unit increase in HP, on an average, the mileage will go down by this much unit. Or you can say horsepower and mileage have inverse relationship because there is a negative sign. As your horsepower increases, mileage comes down. You see all heavy vehicles, they have high horsepower, mileage comes down. Bike and all, they have low horsepower, mileage goes up. So, see whatever you are getting, this is as per the established observation that we see around us. Or it is as per the established theory that we see around us. Now, weight. See, weight is also negative sign. It means with every 1 unit increase in weight, on an average, mileage will go down by minus 3 point something. And this weight is statistically significant. See, the moment you see E, it means it's a very small amount. It's an exponentiation. Okay, and the 3 star means they are significant at 0.001. It means we are 99.99% sure that we are not committing type 1 error. Getting? It means, don't worry all those things, just say that horsepower and weight both are statistically significant. Okay? And see your R square. Your R square is 82%. Your R square is 82%. And this is adjusted R square. It has no meaning unless you have an alternative model. And here if you see, there. Okay, so now, yes, so this is degrees of freedom and all those things, and this is your F statistics, see, F statistics, and this is your P value, and model is significant. See, this F statistics and your P value, it means my F statistics is significant, it means this model is significant. This model is significant. Now friends, why did I create this vector called X? You will be confused, no? See, you remember, I did this, and then I summary X. So let me add hashtag. If I add hashtag, I will not read. Every programming language has some symbol. If you use, not read. Now, see why I created a vector called X. Now, if I type X and say $, it says, sir, what you want. That's the beauty of vector. We can extract exactly what we want. We don't want all plethora of unwanted information. So the moment you create vector and put a $sign, you can extract what you want. Let's say I am interested in only, coefficients. And if I hit enter, I get only coefficients. That's why you should create vector and write a $sign. If you remember yesterday, I had many $signs in between, and you were confused, what syntax hai? So if you create a vector and create a $sign, so it will give a list what you want. So you can extract what you want. Getting? That's why you should create vector. That's why I say if you want to learn R, half an hour, not beyond that. Half an hour to learn R. If you know how it works, syntax I have not created. Syntax you have to borrow and contextualize, and today we will contextualize the syntax. Okay? Okay, now what I'll do, yes, X, let's say I want residuals. If I residuals, see this is the residuals. What is the formula for residuals? Y minus y hat. You remember that formula? Y MPG is equal to y is equal to beta 1. So that is predicted y. So predicted y minus observed y is your residuals. Yes, okay. Now lesser the residual, better the model. Lesser the residual, but how to say this is lesser or not? Now there are certain indices which tomorrow we'll learn. AIC, Akaisha information criteria, Bayesian information criteria. That is used to understand what is my residuals going up or high. That's why whenever you do model testing, you come across this AIC, BIC, Akaisha information. Let's not confuse. Please understand that everything has value. Okay? Now if I press Ctrl L, again if I press X, dollar, and let's say if I want, okay, rank, okay, that did it. Now friends, please understand. Now what I am doing, please understand. Now this was my earlier model, okay, X equal to. Now let's say I want to add one more. Independent variable. I want to add. Earlier my model had 2 IVs. Now let us go ahead and add one more IV. So let's say I am adding one more IV which is known as displacement. So I will simply write DISP. See, the name should be correct, otherwise it will throw error. Whatever the file has name, you have to add. And now what I'll do, I'll now write X1. Now why I'm writing X1? Because if I don't write X1, the earlier one will be overwritten. And if I want the earlier one, then again you have to run. So that's why you should change the vector. With every time you should change the vector so that you can get your earlier. Getting? Okay. So I created a new vector. See, I simply press upper arrow key, went back, edited as per me, that's it. And added plus displacement. Now again this is 1 dV and 3 IVs. Now what I'll do, come on, what is the next step? Come on, tell me. Hit enter. Hit enter. When you get greater than symbol, everything is fine. Next step, next step.
Summary.
Very good. Summary is an overused command in R. You should use summary again and again. So now I'll say summary X1 and enter. See, I got it. Yes. Now adjusted R square we have to interpret. Yesterday I said adjusted R square has no meaning unless there is something to compare. F statistics has no meaning unless there is something to compare. Okay, now all of you just pay attention. All of you just pay attention. See friends, okay. Horsepower, again it is statistically significant. See that flower, asterisk mark. Weight, again statistically significant. But displacement, predictor 3, is it statistically significant? No. Why? See the p-value is greater than 0.05. And see your R. Now if I can show you earlier model, earlier one, let's say if I say simply summary X or rather summary X. Now you understood why I didn't overwrite the vector?
Yes.
Summary X. You see, earlier my R square was how much? See, earlier in the first model my R square was 81%. But when I brought a new variable called displacement, my R square went down. It means that new predictor is not contributing anything. So adjusted R square is a relative figure. Standalone it has no meaning. Getting? And also, see your F statistics. Your F statistics earlier was 44.57. No, sorry. Earlier your F statistics was 69.21. But with the inclusion of new variable it went down. It means all parameters are suggesting that displacement is not contributing anything to the model. Getting? See, F statistics and adjusted R square, they can only be interpreted when you have alternative models to compare. Hope I'm making sense. Yes? Now one more thing. Now let me ask you a question. Control L and let's say summary X1. And now when we are running PLS-SEM, we will create so many vectors to store values so that we can compare so many things. That's why you see yesterday we created so many vectors. Now let me just pay attention friends. Please enter. Now there are 3 IVs. 3 IVs. If I tell you which IV has greater impact on DV, what will be your answer? Which IV has a greater impact on your DV? Wait, why wait? Beta value. Yes, you are correct. That IV which has the highest beta, it means that has the greater influence on the dependent variable. Higher the beta, higher the influence. Lower the beta, lower the influence. Yes? Whenever you run a regression, see. Now see, there are so many students who don't understand when the analytics part of the research paper. So whenever you refer to any analytics part in the research paper, people report beta values. And if you want to know that which IV is having a greater effect on the DV, you should check beta value. You should check beta values. Okay? Just remember this. Displacement is not significant. Hope this much is okay? Okay? Yes, okay.
So इसमें standard beta नहीं आता है?
Standardized beta नहीं आता है. Standardized beta भी निकाला जा सकता है. मैं अभी आपको एक बताऊं कि जैसे कि pay attention कि it's a very good question कि now in your paper should you report standardized beta or unstandardized beta? Nothing wrong in reporting unstandardized beta also. But there are packages available. I will install and get the standardized beta. I think the package is LM test. Okay, or if I think internet is not functioning, otherwise I have to gone to ChatGPT and said consider empty cars data, 3 variables and give me standardized. So it will give me all the syntax. I will type copy here, I will get standardized beta. Getting? By the way, this is unstandardized beta. Yes. Okay? Okay. Hope regression is understood by all. Regression is understood by all. And the purpose of PLS-SEM is to explain the variance in the endogenous variable. PLS-SEM is also known as variance-based structure equation modeling. Variance-based means its objective is to maximize the R square in the dependent variable. Getting? Yes? Okay? Now what we will do, friends, now see. Yesterday I was very upset that those commands you had a lot of confusion, so I had a very bad night yesterday. I got up at 4 o'clock, I said let me work out something easier for all of them. Because if I am teaching you are not able to understand, the problem is in me, I am not effective. Effective means doing right things. And efficient means doing things right. Effective means doing right things. Efficient means doing things rightly. So as a teacher you have to be effective as well as efficient. Okay, so what I did, I said let me do some jugaad for you. So now what we will do is that, see, all of you just pay attention. Now we will be running PLS-SEM. But before I run PLS-SEM, let me catch a tail of a paper. I will take one base paper, how they have reported, I will report accordingly. Okay? So now what I will do is that, friends, all of you just pay attention. Straight away I will not jump to PLS-SEM. And first, let's do some ice breaking. So BHU, this is the folder, and this is these are some of the. See, there is one paper of European Business Review. I think it is A-star paper. But A तो है. अब A अच्छा और एक बात है. How to know whether paper is A-star or A? How to know this? Can I have internet, please? Somebody can help me with internet. No, I think this is not functioning. Bafi, can I connect to internet? Bafi, just authenticate this. Okay. Please understand. Now I have a confusion whether European Business Review is A-star or A. उसके नीचे का नहीं. उसके नीचे का तो है ही नहीं. But I should be very sure, otherwise Elena, she will course correct me. Sir, you are talking 21, I am using 31. So you are saying A, it is A-star. Or I am saying A-star, it is A. Yes? I would be very happy. By the way, you remember LS dot reverse or LS empty cars? I was conducting one workshop, one girl said, sir, if you see, rather than typing coal names bracket empty cars, simply type LS empty cars, you'll get all the variable name. So in my workshop, people have guided me, do this, do that, you'll get the answer. So some best of the answers have come from the participants. So that's why participants should be highly interactive. They should never mind catching the jaw of the faculty. provided you should do it in a very beautiful way. Is that clear? Okay?
Thank you, sir. We are privileged to have a teacher like you. Student sensitive.
Yeah. Okay. Now what we will do is that, see. Now I'll simply open my this one. Simply type ABDC. ABDC. By the way, this all knowledge has been given to me by my professors. If you type ABDC in Google, just go to ABDC journal. Okay? Yes, and here they have given you the full Excel. So if I download this, so I get ABDC, go to ABDC and export full list. And here if I go, friends, so here see, I have this journal list downloaded. And if I click on this, now here what I can do is that, see, these are the journals and these are the ratings. See, these are the ratings. Okay? So all the journals. So if I apply filter here, see, let's say if I apply filter, let's say filter, and here let's say let's say I want only A star paper. Select all and A star and OK. So it will give me all A star paper. It will give me all A star paper. Getting all A star paper. Now whenever you are doing research, please follow A star paper, A category paper, B category paper. Don't come down. Don't read Scopus index paper too much. I know universities in India say publish in Scopus, all those things. Nothing wrong with it. But when you are reviewing a literature, raise your profile high. Yes, APJ Abdul Kalam said ki, think of touching the sky. Even if you don't touch the sky, if you come midway, you have come a long way. So A star, A, B, इसके नीचे मत उतरो रिव्यू करने के लिए. हाँ, अगर कुछ knowledge नहीं मिल रहा है, जैसे कोई theory short है, then you should come down with GEC and Scopus index. But when you are reviewing paper, go for ABDC and all. Now, like ABDC, there is ABS list. Okay, see how I did. I simply type ABDC. Simply type ABDC in your Google. The moment you say ABDC, it goes to ABDC journal list. And here you can export it. And what is the name of that paper? European Business Review. I'll type here. European. In Excel also I can check. Filter लगा के. Business Research. Yes. European Business Research, and let's say let me hit enter. Here you can check the. Now it is telling. दिया कुछ? Okay, no. I think it's a capital. By mistake, it's capital letter. European Business Research. Hit enter. No, it's not European Business Research. I think it is European Business Review. Sorry. Yes, sir? No, that's why I'm typing wrong. European Business Review. I want to check whether it is A star paper or A category paper. Now see, it is saying European Business Review. Sorry, it is B category. Again, I'm wrong. European Business Review, it is B category. I thought it is A star or A, but no, see, I checked it. Okay, so this is B category paper. Okay, and but yes, now see, there is one paper called AMJ, Academy of Management Journal. AMJ. वो पक्का A star है. वो पक्का A star है. Okay, now you can simply go to this list and you can just search it out which are the journals. Now I'll tell you an interesting fact. My first paper in Scopus, which was, and first paper in ABDCB, was published after 8 rejection. So my US professor was telling submit this, submit there, submit there. Everywhere it was rejecting. So I said I will not listen to him now. I said I will find a journal and I will see whether it works or not. Then my research paper was on healthcare. So I found a journal on healthcare. That was in B category. And luckily I got the review. So when I got the review, we started replying and paper got accepted. So sometimes targeting of journal also becomes very, very important. Mindlessly, if you send your papers here and there, so much of time will be delayed. So then I simply downloaded this list and just find out which is that journal where I can send a paper. So I was just scrolling down, finding some paper on healthcare. Then I came across this journal in the Excel list only, and I simply said Journal of Health Organization and Management is Journal of. I'm not able to see nearby objects now. Health Organization and Management. Okay. So luckily I found this paper and I said let me try send my paper. I think there is spelling mistake, Journal of Health Organization and Management. So yes, it should be correct, otherwise it will throw error. So I simply scroll the Excel list and see this is Emerald B category. So this is a UK based journal and this is by Emerald. So my paper got published here. I scrolled the Excel list after 8 rejection that which could be the journal which fits my scope. So sometimes if your paper doesn't fit into the scope of that journal, they will sit on your paper for 15 days, 20 days, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, and later they will reject without giving you any reason. So that's why it is also equally important that your paper should fit into the scope of that journal. They should find it interesting. Getting? So all these things are very, very important, but here you can check. Otherwise, go to the Excel and just apply filter. Let's say if I want A category paper, I'll unselect this A and this will give me A category paper. All A category paper. And see, this is applied psychology. See, psychology papers also you can find. 170 is applied psychology. It is by Willy and it is A category paper. Okay. Then this is American Business Review. Again, my paper recently got rejected here. It is A category. Okay, ABA. Then again, you see behavioral research. See, there are so many papers. British Journal of Management, A category. Okay. Business and Society, A category. But A category paper, really rigor should be there in the paper. Rigor should be there if you want to publish in all the top rated journals. But make an attempt, at least 2 papers out of your PhD thesis should be published in top rated journals. 2 papers should come out of your PhD thesis. 2 papers, more better, but at least 2 papers in top rated journals of your PhD thesis. Okay? Now friends, what we will do, all of you just pay attention. See what we are doing. Okay. Okay, all of you just pay attention. Now, I will go and open this B category paper, European Business Review. Okay, this is European Business. See, this is a paper. Now, if you read paper, it will make a lot of sense to you, friends. Okay. So let us see what is this paper all about. So this paper talks about psychological ownership in social media influencer marketing. Psychological ownership in social media influencer marketing. So this paper talks about developing a connect with the influencer. Or if I ask you which is the favorite Bollywood star that you like, you identify with. So you have certain star, you like watching his or her movie. Yes? So psychological ownership, I think they have taken some that. So here it talks about, so this paper, social media, especially social media based influencer marketing, has become an important factor in consumer decision making. So they're saying social media based influencer marketing. You know influencer marketing? People follow an influencer, listen to them, whatever they say, people go and buy. So social media influencers, they influence people's buying decision, or it is influencing consumer behavior. Okay? Studies have recently begun investigating how influencers affect consumer behavior. So now people have started studying that how influencers, they influence people's behavior. Despite the increased interest, the purpose of this study is to examine influencers' evaluation impact on consumer behavior are scarce. They are saying that there is a gap. See, no matter, there are thousands of studies which might have been conducted in your area, but still there is a scope to add one paper, because those people have not studied the sample that you have taken. Getting? You can't abandon your work in between, okay, it's absurd, okay, I took a wrong topic. No, despite thousands of papers are there, still you are studying a sample. Getting? So see, they are not the first to study about influencer marketing. There are so many who have studied, but still they are contributing one knowledge to that field. Okay? Again, an online study undertook research to gain further understanding. So they did an online study. Online study we'll see. Specifically, the study examines the following. Firstly, the impact of consumers' perceived influencer credibility using the source credit model in respect of purchase intention. So they are studying the impact of consumer perceived influencer credibility. Matlab, is consumer perceiving that the influencer is credible? If you feel that the influencer is credible, you will develop trust. If you feel that influencer is not credible, you will not develop trust. So they are studying perceived influencer credibility using the source credibility model, and this is the theory framework. They are using a model. Without theory, if you go and study a phenomena, no matter how rigorous your paper have, it will not be published. You require some theory, of some fine tuning of theory in your paper. You can't lose hold of theory. Is that clear? And later all this thing they have done, and see, this is their model. If I go down, see, this is the model that they see, very complex model. See what they are saying: influencer credibility. It has 3 dimensions. This is a higher order construct, and these are lower order construct. First order construct, second